will be taking this lecture in English and Hindi both. So let's get started. So why I have chosen this topic, dynamic programming, because in your college interviews, be it your internship or a freshman college placement, you will get you will visit many companies who will be asking you DSA questions. Now, these DSA questions will have one thing in common, like multiple rounds will be there, but for sure at least one programming question is 100% guaranteed that it will come from dynamic programming. Many people get scared because they hear the word dynamic programming, it's like very complicated, or like because they have like not practiced ample number of questions. People just try to memorize these questions, but if you like try to just find the best intuition, the exact patterns in the problem statement, then it is very beautiful topic, and you can solve any new question even if it comes. Like almost I would say 60 to 7%, 70% of your like questions will be revolving around dynamic programming. It's just that you have to find the that you have to use dynamic programming here. And how would you do that? That you will be only able to do if you have practiced ample number of questions, and that too if you have solved them using the patterns that is suggested to you. Now, whenever an interviewer asks you about a question, how will you identify that this question is can be solved using dynamic programming or not? Now, many companies that will visit your baby campus, or let's say they are visiting it via off campus, whatever it is, they will have one round of online assessment. Post that, if you clear that round, you will have many face-to-face interviews. If you are a fresher, let's say SD1 you are applying for, then like 2 to 3 rounds will be completely purely on data structure and algorithm. During that time, it is very important for you to revise dynamic programming. And in that quick spam of time, how will you revise like around 150 to 200 dynamic programming questions? It is very hard for you to revise all the 200, let's say 200 questions within a night. That's why it is very important to break down all the questions into small patterns and practice each pattern rather than solving the entire list of questions. Now, what is dynamic programming? It is nothing but enhanced recursion. And what is recursion? Recursion is function calling itself with a smaller input. For example, let's say you had any function where n was given to you, and it depends on n minus 1 result and n minus 2 result. So these kind of problem where the function is dependent on itself with a smaller input, we call them as recursive functions. Now, recursion itself is a huge topic, but uh, we have to brush up on our basics, and that is recursion is the like very small topic, and DP is just optimizing that recursive code, and that is all. DP is nothing very fancy. Everyone gets scared. I can guarantee if you have solved like almost around like 150 to 200 question, you will not be scared at all with the dynamic programming topic. And it is the most loved topic for the interviewer because they are not judging you on your like how you are writing the code, but actually they are judging your problem solving skills. Are you able to think proper in the proper format? That is, are you able to come up with a brute force? Are you able to optimize it? Are you able to optimize it even further, until and unless the movement is you have the most optimized time and space complexity? Correct. So these kind of topics, why I told this is favorite for interviewers is they are judging your problem solving skill, how you are thinking about the question, how you are coming up with the intuition. So let's get started with our dynamic programming. Now, dynamic programming, I would say I have distributed them in 4 steps. You have a recursive code, that is the brute force, as I told. Then we have a memoized version of it, that is nothing. It is just the we are just storing our previous state in some kind of a data structure, be it any data structure, be it a hash map or an array of list or a normal vector, whatever it is. You are just caching that value. We are just storing the previous state value in some kind of data structure so that we can use this in the future. We don't have to repeatedly call ourselves again. For example, if we see in our recursive code, we were calling our function on n, and it was dependent on n minus 1 and as well as n minus 2. In order to compute n minus 1, again we had to call n minus 2 and n minus 3, correct? Now, why would we do n minus 2 in 2 times? We already have solved n minus 2 once. Why can't we just store it in and keep it in a data structure, be it any data structure, and we can just leverage that? These kind of optimization and trade-offs are actually what is being judged by your interviewer. Okay? Now, let's move forward. So, how would you identify if it's a DP question or not? As I just told you, all of these DP question are nothing but enhanced recursion. So we have already seen all the recursive question will have some kind of choice for you, that you have to either pick this element or not. Correct? These kind of question are used via recursion. So if any question is solved via recursion, you can just think of one optimization that could be DP. Or what can be the other approach, that if we have like overlapping sub problems, that is, for example, here only, as I told, we were calling n for n minus 1 and n minus 2. So in order to compute n minus 1, we again have to call n minus 2, correct? N minus 2 is overlapping. It is, we are computing n minus 2 multiple times in a recursive tree. So what we can think of in these kind of thing, where places where state is repeating itself, we have overlapping subproblems. In those kind of situations, we can use dynamic programming.